so the metacognitive strategies is the thinking about your thinking. How am I going to process what is being asked of me? Okay? Predicting, inferring. Am I self-questioning? Is this not monitor clarifying? Are they trying to see what I know, or am I telling them something personally? Evaluating, summarizing, visualizing. Okay, those are all the ways to think about your thinking. Next slide. The cognitive strategies are, these are the things that you do to learn, the learning process. You need to preview and reread. Establish a purpose for your reading. Make connections. Read aloud. Highlight. Taking notes. Mapping information. Finding key vocabulary and mnemonics. These are all those strategies we gave our STAR kids. All those things that we have them do on their paper, in their or their reading passages. All the things that, the strategies that we give them to increase their learning. Next slide. Okay, the social and effective strategy, that is interaction. That's when you peer tutor, peer discuss, group discussions, think, pair, share. Okay, that's them working together to achieve their goal. Next slide. Okay, these are the teacher behaviors. This is what we need to be doing. Next. Remember the big picture. Avoid lectures, long reading assignments. I'm reading a PowerPoint to you right now, but you have a copy of it, and we're going to actually practice it, okay? Build background. Do not assume that they have any prior knowledge. Okay? Self-correcting. Tell them there is a mistake and let them find it. Give them wait time. Okay? Let them self-evaluate. Is this the best thing that you could have ever written? Are you sure you went through and found every answer in the paragraph? Let them self-evaluate. Okay? Don't always give them the answer. Make them figure it out. Next. Imitation. Listen to the radio. Interview guests. Have videos. And then also provide them native language resources for clarification, especially if you're an ESL teacher and not bilingual. They need that extra help. Next slide. Okay, so the teacher center would be lecture, teacher assisted drill and practice, peer assisted role playing, and student centered is rehearsal strategies, repeated reading. Now you notice that on student centered, all of these things are something that we have to pre-prep. That's where your creativity comes in. Next slide. Okay, provide them with the blank graphic organizer. We do this a lot for our Reading Star. Next. Okay, flashcards, underlining, note-taking. The strategies that you use to prepare your students for that Reading Star or that Writing Star is what you need to be doing in every lesson for your ELL. Next. Okay. Predict, monitor, summarize. How many times a day do you say that in your classroom? What do you think you're going to learn? What do y'all think genres is? Genres. What a weird word. What is that? Y'all think that has in an animal? Is it, scaffold back as low as they need to go? Next. Okay. Summarize the process. Guess what we're going to be doing is hard, but we have steps. And that's where that step-by-step instruction comes along. And also having those steps written in your objectives on the board. Next. Okay. Preview ideas, explore words, note words in a complete sentence. See if the sentence is correct. Okay? Now that's scaffolding way back for a lot of you in here. What word are you going to use? We're just forming a sentence here. And that would be our kindergarten, first grade teachers. Okay, next.
Bus riders are going already, yeah.
Okay, and then the next one is, okay. The next one is mnemonic, which we all know, like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, next. All right, interaction. My content is so packed that I can't cover everything if I allow students to talk. Lecture is the best way to ensure I'm where I need to be to complete all objectives before the test. Don't we all feel that way? Next. Okay, opportunities for interaction are: learning is more effective when students have an opportunity to participate fully, discussing their ideas and information. Effective teachers strive to provide a more balanced linguistic exchange between themselves and their students. ELL students need to practice speaking. Interaction accesses the thought process of others and solidifies one's own thinking. Talking to others, either in pairs or small groups, allows for oral rehearsal of learning. It also helps with that shyness or that blank wall that you get with a lot of the ELL students. Next. Encourage more elaborate responses. Vary grouping configurations. Allow adequate wait time. Clarify concepts in their first language if needed. Okay, these are all things that we forget to do in the hustle and bustle of the content race, but things that we need to remember to do for our ELLs. Next. Okay, practice and application. Key definitions. Practice refers to the opportunities provided to ELLs to become familiar and analyze and/or experiment with content and language topics. How much opportunity do you give them? Application refers to the ways in which learners apply what they have learned in different contexts or situations. How many times did you ask them to practice it, or did you allow them to practice it before they could apply it? Next slide. Okay. This is where your prep comes in. We need hands-on materials and manipulatives. We need content-rich activities, and then language skills integrated activities. Again, I'm thinking in my third grade math brain, how? Okay? The purpose is to develop reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills in all content areas. I can't send Joe to fourth grade, and he knows how to multiply, but doesn't know what the word multiply means. Next slide. Okay, this is it. This is your lesson delivery. Okay, of course, your content and language objectives need to be posted and orally said with each lesson. It sounds redundant and it sounds kind of just like a meticulous thing to do, but it's the leading part of the process that helps the student. They get less nervous and more comfortable with what they're doing if they know what it is they're going to learn and how it is they're going to learn it before the lesson begins. Next. Class time needs to be planned efficiently. All aspects of student engagement should be considered. Okay? Students should be engaged approximately 90 to 100% of the time during the lesson. Engagement minimizes boredom and off-task behaviors. Those are for our behavior kids. Have them something to do. Especially if you do have a large population of ELLs in your class that you need to pull aside. Okay, next slide. Review and assessment. Okay, I know that you all can create a lesson and you all do that very well every day. We need to see if it's working. Next slide. Okay. When you're reviewing, before you assess your ELLs, you need to provide comprehensive review of key vocabulary. Teach, review, assess. Use word study notebooks, content word walks. That's part of that enrichment that you can have them go back, pull out those words that you learned. Show me your personal dictionary. Apply a comprehensive review of key content concepts. Review content directly related to the objectives throughout the lesson. Okay, again, I go back to multiplication. Repeated addition can then be reviewed. Rounding or estimation can also be tied to that. Use graphic organizers as a review. Regularly give feedback to students on their output. Clarify, discuss, and correct responses. Next slide. Assessment is gathering and synthesizing of information concerning student learning. What did they learn? What did they get from that? What can I give them to analyze if they got it or not? Evaluation is making judgments about the learning. First you must assess, and then you must evaluate. Next slide. Okay? Of course, we know that informal assessment is on-the-spot, ongoing opportunities to determine the extent of the student's learning. Teacher observations, anecdotal reports, informal conversations with students, and quick writes. Next. Authentic assessment is application to real life and real life context. Multidimensional portfolios, student writing, taped pieces, interviews, videotapes, observations, projects, discussions, performances. Okay, that would be more geared toward our reading, but like I said, in math, science, social studies, the performance aspect is what helps the best, I think. Next slide. Okay, assessment includes multiple indicators to show competency of content objectives. Use a rubric. Group responses. They agree, disagree, true, false, yes, no, index card, happy face, sad face, thumbs up, thumbs down. We all use those little